Hi everyone, today I want to share about ECD 50, Early Childhood Development 50. It's usually an introductory course in early childhood education ECE, often called Principles and Practice of Teaching Young Children or Introduction to Early Childhood Education. So if you want to be the early childhood educator, this is the first you want to know it about the ECD 50. So the first one we have to know is foundations of early childhood education. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about history and development of ECE, for example, Montessori, Piaget, Vygotsky, Erascon, Phoebe. So how does ECE is come from? We learn about the history and development. So next we will be know is that major philosophies and approach: play-based, constructivist, Reggio Emilia, high school, etc. Importance of early learning and brain development in the first 5 years. So this is what we learn about foundation of early childhood education. The second one is child development basics. So we need to learn about the understanding of domains of development like physical, motor skill, cognitive, thinking and problem solving skill, social, emotional, feeling, relationship, language, and communications. So these stages of development from birth to age 8. The third chapter is we are going to learn about developmentally appropriate practice, DAP. So it means that meeting children where they are based on age, individual needs and culture, balancing teacher lead and child initiated activities, creating a safe, nurturing and stimulating environment. So the fourth we are going to learn about is learning environment. So setting up a classroom to encourage learning through play and exploration. Also including indoor and outdoor activities area, use of material that are age appropriate and inclusive. In chapter 5, we are going to learn about guidance and discipline, positive guidance strategy, not punishment, teaching self-regulation, empathy, and cooperation, building respectful teacher-child relationship. And what we're going to learn about in chapter 6 is family and communication relationship. Partners with family is include about communication, respect, cultural awareness, and family engagement and community supports, recognizing diversity and anti-bias education, curriculum and observation. We are going to learn in chapter 7 is curriculum and observation. So planning curriculum based on observation and assessment, importance of play as a learning tool, using observation tool to understand children needs and growth. That's the things we are going to learn in curriculum and observation. So in chapter 8, we will learn about professionalism and ethics. So we say that NAEYC, National Association for the Education of Young Children, Code of Ethics. And next is role of teacher as a professional advocate and lifelong learner. And the next we going to learn in chapter 8 is reflective practice and teamwork. And what we are going to learn in chapter 9 is regulation and standards. So in regulation and standards, we need to learn about licensing requirement and safety standards, ratio, health and safety practice, and confidentially, mandated reporting and child protection law. So these are what we are going to learn, the short things in ECD 50. Now, so I'm preparing for the this video is for first video. In first video, I already talked about like what we are going to learn in the key points in every chapter. So right now, I will tell you more detail about the first chapter, Foundations of Early Childhood Education. So in this, we need to know is the study of how and why we are teach young children. Young children is from birth to 8 years. So what are we going to learn is key theories and ideas. So Pierre said is children learn by exploring. So next person, Vygotsky, learning happens through social interaction. And Iroquois said is emotional and social stages of development. Montessori, she said about hands-on and self-paced learning. And the other next person, Rigo Amelier, is talking about children are capable and curious environments is the third teacher. So remember, in this chapter, we need to know the goal is to support the whole child, social, emotional, physical, and cognitive growth. Okay, so in this is for the chapter 1. In chapter 2, children development domains. In children development domains are physical, cognitive, language, social, emotional. So together, we what we are going to about telling is for physical. For example, physical is running, drawing, fine motor skill. For example, they are including cognitive skill. That includes problem solving, counting, and memory. And language is is simple like speaking, listening, and vocabulary. And next is social emotional, sharing, empathy, confidence. So in this chapter, we are going to know the tip is children develop at different rates. Know what is age appropriate. So in chapter 3, we will learn about developmentally appropriate practice DAP. And DAP meaning is that teaching based on what is suitable for children age, culture, and individually. So three core consideration we need to know is that age appropriateness, individual need, cultural context. This is for example, 4 years old learn best through play and exploration, no long lecture. Okay, so next chapter, learning environment. In learning environments, we have to be safe, clean, and engaging space. Indoor, it should be include like blocks, books, arts, and outdoor. It needs to be include sun, water place, and movement area. We need to encourage children to choose independence and creativity. So for example, in a block area, help children to learn maths, cooperation, and problem solving. And in chapter 5, guidance and discipline. So we should introduce about positive guidance, teach, not punish, help children learn self-control and responsibility. For example, read the right behavior. Let's use what instead of hitting. Model count behavior. Praise efforts, not only result. So in chapter 6, it's about family and communication relationships. So family are children first teacher. So we need to what we should have to do is that build respectful and culturally sensitive partnership. Communication often and involve family in activity. So for example, invite parents to share tradition and food or about the stories. And in chapter 7, we're going to learn is curriculum and observation. So observe children to plan meaningful So let's continue about curriculum and observation. Observe children to plan meaningful learning activity. So we need to observe the children. And next one is curriculum should include. So if we want to create a curriculum, we need to be include play, art, science, language, and development, and movement also. If we observe, so observation can help understand children's strengths and needs. For example, if a children build tall towers daily, so plan lesson about balance and structure. We need to do like that. Next one is professional and ethics. Do not harm, respect confidentially, support every children right to education. So keep children personal information private. So this is very important. We need to keep children personal information. So next one is health, safety, and licensing. Maintain clean, safe classroom. Follow ratio rule. One teacher for 8 for preschooler. So we need to know about the ratio rules and know emergency procedure. So the important things a teacher is teacher must report suspected children abuse to authorities. So for if we take the quick or the exam, the extra tip we should know is that know main theories and their ideas, understand DAP, and give real life classroom example, be able to explain play-based learning, review children development stages, know children ethics and legal responsibility. So this is the things we should know in ECD 50 exam. So I want to talk one more thing is we have to review child development stages. So 0 to 1 year is called the infant. So in the infant age, the key points we need to focus is trust, sensory exploration. For toddler 1 to 3 years, what we are going to focus is independence, motor skills, and language. For preschool 3 to 5 years, we need to focus imagination, social play, early academics. School age 5 to 8 years, logical thinking, friendships, and rules. And we need to remember is the play-based learning. So play is how children learn best. It builds creativity, language, and problem solving. And the last thing we need to know is developmentally appropriate practice. Okay, right now I want to tell you about practice quiz for the exam or the test. So the first, I will read the questions and you have to think it. Which theories believe the children learn best through social interaction and language? Piaget, Vygotsky, Erikens, and Montessori. So the first one, the answer is Vygotsky. Vygotsky said children learn best through social interaction and language. Okay, so right now I will tell you the number 2. Developmentally appropriate practice. DAP means what? A. Teaching all children the same way. B. Teaching based on age, individuals, and cultural differences. C. Only letting children play all day. D. C. Only letting children play all day. D. Teaching children advanced academic content early. So I think you will be know the answer is B. Teaching based on age, individual and culture appropriate. This is the full definition of developmentally appropriate practice. Okay, so number 3, I will read the question. Which area is not one of the main domain of child development? Physical, social, emotional, political, and cognitive. Very easy. Not one of the main domains is like political, right? Yeah, very easy and silly questions. And number 4, I will read the questions. A 4 years old child play pretend restaurants and counting play money is learning through A. Punishment, B. Play-based learning, C. Direct instruction, D. Testing. So what it will be? Play-based learning, pretend play, help children develop math, language, and social skill through imagination. Okay, so number 5. The NAEYC Code of Ethics require teacher to A. Report suspected child abuse. B. Share children private records with friends. C. Punish children for misbehavior. D. Avoid communication with family. So what will be the answer? The answer will be report suspected child abuse. Okay. So next part is you have to tell me true or false. ADB focus only on child age, not their culture. So it's easy false. Number 7, observation help teacher understand children's strengths and plan lessons. What do you think? Yeah, it's true. Give one example of no. Families are considered children first teacher. It's true, right? Rigo, Reggio Emilia approach encourage children to be passive learner. It's a passive learner of the active learner. Yes, the active learner. So it's really false. A safe and encouraged classroom is part of effective learning environment. Yeah, it's right. Okay, so next one. Can you please give me the short answer? Name 2 ways teacher can guide children's behavior positively. So 2 positive guidelines is redirect behavior. Let's build together instead of grabbing the block. Model calm behavior and empathy. And next question is what does mandated reporter mean? Mandated reporter is me, a teacher who is legally required to report any suspicion of child abuse or neglect to authority. In number 30, give one example of a developmentally appropriate activity for toddler. Developmentally appropriate for toddler is singing action songs, stacking blocks, water play, finger painting. That's a lot. So next question is what are 3 core considerations of developmentally appropriate practice? Developmentally 3 core considerations is age appropriateness, individual appropriateness, cultures, and social contents. And next one is why is play important for young children learning? So in play, children can build creatively, problem solving, language, social skills, and emotional growth.